unpermitted business operations, and potential sewage violations. I have to follow up on everything that comes through the office. I handed him my permits, all current, all legitimate. He walked around the property, tested the septic system, checked my electrical work. The man was thorough, professional, and clearly annoyed at having his time wasted. "Everything's perfect," he said, scribbling notes on his clipboard. "Whoever filed this complaint either doesn't know what they're talking about or they're deliberately wasting county resources." The disgust in his voice was unmistakable. "Between you and me, this smells like retaliation." After he left, I called the sheriff's office. Deputy Martinez, no relation to my neighbor Dolores, came out that afternoon. He was a younger guy with the kind of steady demeanor that comes from dealing with petty complaints all day. "I can't arrest someone for filing false reports unless there's a clear pattern of malicious intent," he explained, the leather of his gun belt creaking as he shifted his weight. "But I can document this as harassment. Keep records of everything." That evening, I installed security cameras around the property. 4 high-definition units with night vision and cloud backup, the kind of setup that would make a surveillance expert proud. If Karen wanted to play games, I'd make sure every move was recorded. Good thing I did. 2 nights later, the cameras caught something interesting. Around 2 a.m., footprints appeared in the soft dirt around my cabin's foundation. Someone had been walking the perimeter, testing windows, checking door locks. The motion sensors picked up movement, but whoever it was stayed just outside the camera angles, like they knew where the blind spots were. I'd learned about this kind of reconnaissance in the military. Someone was gathering intelligence, looking for vulnerabilities. The bitter taste of adrenaline filled my mouth as I realized Karen's escalation was getting serious. But she wasn't done yet. The next morning brought a new nightmare. My internet service was mysteriously disconnected due to unpaid bills. Funny thing was, my bills were automatically paid and current. It took 6 hours on the phone with 3 different customer service representatives to get it restored. "Sorry for the confusion, sir," the technician said when he came out to reconnect everything. "Someone called claiming to be you and requested service termination. Happens more often than you'd think, usually domestic disputes or neighbor conflicts." That afternoon, my landline went dead. The phone company claimed a routine tree trimming operation had accidentally cut the wrong lines. The crew that did the work? Local guys who did landscaping for several Willowbrook Estates residents. I was starting to see the pattern. Karen was systematically cutting my connections to the outside world, trying to isolate me. Classic psychological warfare, make the target feel alone and vulnerable. Time for my counterattack. I'd been researching Karen's background, and I found something interesting buried in public records. Her real estate license had been flagged for investigation twice in the past 5 years, both times for misrepresenting property boundaries in sales transactions. Nothing had stuck, but the pattern was there. More digging revealed that Karen had been involved in 3 previous HOA disputes at her former residence. Each time she'd positioned herself as the defender of property values, while quietly maneuvering to gain control or force out opponents. But the real goldmine came from the county assessor's website. Karen's own property had some interesting irregularities. Her lot size on the tax records didn't match the actual surveyed boundaries. Either she'd made a mistake when buying, or she'd been playing fast and loose with property lines for years. I printed everything and filed it away. Every good veteran knows you don't show your hand until you're ready to play your best cards. Meanwhile, Karen was rallying her troops. She scheduled an emergency HOA meeting to discuss the ongoing security threat